I am with Chef Adriana from 00 Pie and Pub. I'm excited to see you here because you are making some noise with your new restaurant, and maybe we could talk a little bit about that first.
Okay, absolutely.
How has it been, and maybe talk to us about what the concept is like.
It's a Tokyo-inspired concept. Our philosophy is that we have to let the ingredients shine, right? So just like how the Japanese are craftsmen, they really get into it and they put their mind, body, and soul. That's basically what we're trying to embody at the shop too.
So for clarification, you're making Tokyo-style pizza?
We're doing a Neapolitan Tokyo-inspired pizza. Yes.
Well, that to me is extremely new. Talk to me about what that looks like and how it differs from a regular Neapolitan-style pizza.
We like the texture and the leoparding of a Neapolitan style, but the way that Chef Michael and I have worked out the dough has been so it has more of a flora, so it's very fragrant when you eat it. It has an eggshell crust. It's also soft on the inside, and then basically the dough. We want the dough to also shine, besides what we're putting on the dough itself.
I'm salivating over here. And are you going to be making that here at the Pizza Festival?
Yeah, so we brought our own dough. So basically, we're going to be showcasing our dough as well. The other ladies are going to be showcasing their dough as well. But yes, we're going to have our double O dough here.
And how do you prepare for making pizza on an uni, which I'm assuming isn't what you use at the restaurant every day?
No, it's not. We do a wood-fired oven. We use almond wood for our wood. The uni is totally a different ball game, which is totally doable. I mean, it brings you almost the same results, but it's not. It's just not the same when it's a wood fire. But preparation-wise, it's basically the same thing. You just kind of, we came prepared with a bunch of them, so then that way we can kind of move them around if we need to, because a lot of times the unis lose the heat of the stone. So we just kind of want to be prepared in that sense. But other than that, it's basically the same thing.
Great. And you have 6 unis here, so you'll have some space to rotate around.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes. We came extra prepared.
Talk to me about opening a restaurant, because if I'm not mistaken, your restaurant opened up fairly recently, right? Within the last year or so?
Within the last 6 months, actually. We had a couple months of just training. So training on making the dough, making the prep, getting reps, having my staff just get the reps, so that way we can get the perfect results every single time. Pizza is a very unique craft, and I think a lot of people sometimes have a misconception that pizza is so easy. It is in a way, it is easy, but it's also a craft, like I said earlier. It's just been a journey, it's just been an amazing roller coaster of ups and downs, just like any opening of a restaurant is. We've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of support from the local community, from guests around, the local spot where we're at in Chinatown. We've been getting a lot of love online. We've been getting a lot of love from journalists. So it's been slowly but surely just booming, which is exciting.
I know from having interviewed a number of folks, it's difficult and hard at times. What has been the hardest thing in the last 6 months opening a restaurant, or maybe even leading up to it?
I think the hardest part for any restaurant, is to keep the consistency, right? Because you want to be consistent in your product. You want to be consistent in what you're putting out for the guests. So I think that's probably the hardest part. Everything else is just easy. Everything else is just game. Everything else is just fun. If you love what you do, it's not a job. You're just having fun all day. So
how does one get over the hump of inconsistency? What's the secret to that?
I believe it's just, honestly, I think it's just repetition. It's just repetition. I mean, I think with any technical job or any, or anything that, that you want to be better at, you just have to just keep going and going, and then you just kind of keep practicing. You got to keep just doing it over and over and over again. And I love mistakes, and I tell my staff all the time, I was if we make a mistake, it's okay. This is how we learn, right? So this is how we get over that hump. So even if we make a mistake, if we burn a pizza, or if something happens that's completely out of our control, it's all right. We just have to move on, and we just have to keep going.
That's very reassuring, because people feel bad when they make mistakes, but I could tell by the way you're communicating with me right now that I think I'd feel good if I just made one small, simple mistake.
Yeah, and that's something that I've learned in my career, and that's something that I'm trying to foster in my staff as well. I have some younger staff that like I want to be a mentor for, and I kind of want to show them and kind of let them know that it's okay to make a mistake. You're fine. Like, this is how you grow. This is how you get better. So even if something happens, don't take it personally. Don't be down on yourself. Just move on and just be like, okay, I'm going to fix this and we're going to be better tomorrow.
You've been very generous with your time, and I just want you to close out with your message to the world.
I think, with anything that you do, whether it's pizza or, whatever it is that you love, just continue to do it. There comes a great satisfaction knowing that what you produce makes other people happy, and that's one of the things that I've always lived by too, like not just pizza, but like in cooking and being able to give a part of you to somebody else. I think that's great.
Beautiful words and a great way to end. I have a gift for you. This show is sponsored by Cordo Olive Oil. Thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you. It's a pleasure. Anytime.